Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Official Word back with another video, and today we're going to be using a really good army. It's a very long RC charge. It's got 7 invis with a Quake and the Haste Vial, so that's a really long and lots of value RC charge into Root Riders, and the key here is the 9 rocket balloons that we're going to be using to set up our RC funnel very easily and just path her directly into the big damage. But yeah, as I mentioned, we've got the Haste Vial with the Electro Boots on the Royal Champion. The Warden's got the Rage Gem just to help speed up this army because it can be slow with the long invis, but there's no risk of time failing with this one because of the Rage Gem. The Queen's got her best equipment if you're not going to be needing the giant arrow, and this is the King ability with the Snake Vial or the Snake Bracelet. If you don't have it, I'd recommend running the Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots. Still a fantastic combo, but this is where we're going to be running. Clan Castle's right here. Army's going to be linked in the description, and yeah, we're just going to get some crazy RC value and finish the attack off with some Root Riders, just using the Eternal Tome and the Rage Towers and stuff. And without further ado, let's jump right into the attacks. All right, here we are. And okay, we got another Invis Rage base, and I like to go with the log launcher on this one. This is the approach that I've found to be the most useful. So, I mean, setting up the Royal Champion, I might try and run her along this flank where there's not a whole lot of room for traps, and then maybe enter into here. I think that's a really nice approach. So, I'm going to use the rocket balloons right here just to make sure I funnel around and don't ever come back into the base. So Tesla does pop on me right there. I'm going to try and snipe it out quickly. Nice, that's really good. Oh, no way, I chase air skellies. Okay, we're back. I don't like this, though. I'm going to make sure she comes back right here. Okay, she doesn't. This is really bad. She's kind of running off everywhere. Did not get the value I intended. But we're going to salvage it right here. Still making a bit of an approach as well as I can right here. She's going to continue walking, and you know what, I think it'll be worth the last invis to go get down this archer tower. I messed around with saving an invis and going for just the, invis and skelly trick to trigger it, but I really did find the best value just came from actually just going with the log launcher. So here we go, kind of starting to clean up right there. There's the queen ability, or the queen, sorry, not the queen ability. And we're going in with the log launcher. There's an ice golem. I kind of want to wait just a little bit because, yeah, I don't want to kind of go in too early and not have it trigger yet. So should trigger in a second right here. There we go, it's triggering. So I'm going to come in with my army. Going to get the Royal Champion down. So the King did really well to kind of funnel that whole side right there. So yeah, he definitely did his job. I'm going to get a couple rocket balloons just to test for any air traps that might be there. There's a really nice Warden ability. And honestly, I'm just going to overgrowth this hook tower just because I don't want it to be a problem for me. And look at those balloons kind of just tanking everything in the core. I think we're looking really nice on this one. Obviously, we didn't get the best value with our heroes right there. My Royal Champion kind of went off a bit. But yeah, we're looking amazing because this army just really does well with kind of utilizing this Rage Gem for the entirety of the attack. Hopefully we can get down this Royal Champion. Oh man, it's really going to take down my entire Warden, which sucks. But we still got a lot of roots alive, so I'm not really worried. My Royal Champion kind of has to clutch up though. But she's looking good. The Fox will give me another cycle right here, which is huge. And I'm probably going to pop the Queen ability in a second. But yeah, we pick up the 3-star right here. It's not incredibly convincing, but that does have a lot to do with the fact that, my Royal Champion didn't get these big 3 defenses that I really wanted and kind of ran off course. I had to spend a lot of invis, so I didn't get as much value as I could have with the amount of invis that I had. But I'm hoping the Minion and Phoenix can take down this Wizard Tower. I mean, I got the Royal Champion coming anyway, but nonetheless, a 3-star. Invis Rage, honestly, was kind of the hardest base for me to deal with because I had to funnel into the core in my testing. So especially later in the season, you shouldn't have to worry about it. But still, we get the 3-star, and let's keep it rolling. Okay, here we go. And okay, this is much better. The Invis Rage bases, like I said, are kind of the hardest. So I do like now getting into this one. I can kind of try and show you guys really the power of this. But what I'm going to try and do is, get my Royal Champion way into that core. So I'm kind of going to start, I think what I'm going to do is, I want to start right here, take out the Wizard Tower, get my Royal Champion going to the Bomb Tower. Okay, nice, just like, or sorry, the Mortar, not the Bomb Tower. Okay, she'll be good right there. I'll take down this Mortar just to be safe. Nice, the charge is going very well right here. I'm going to try and snipe that Tesla if I can, because she's probably going to go there anyway. Yeah, I thought she was just going to go to the Builder Hut though, but okay. I'm actually going to double cycle right here because I just want to make sure my Fox is staying full HP. I do want to pop the World Champion ability, but I'm just scared of a Tornado Trap coming out. But you know what? I guess if there is one, there is one. Okay, Royal Champion's doing well right here. She might pull out of the base and she might go into the Crusher Mortar. Okay, she dives in, which is huge. Really hoping she did. There's a nice invis right there, and I should be able to pull her out at full HP as well, getting the recall ready. One more shot. Ah, I just missed it. Okay, well, we're still fine right here. Honestly, because everything is, kind of stacked up right here on the entry, this makes it a really nice approach because, yeah, I can just kind of go in with absolutely everything and then pop the Warden ability to get me through that Giga Bomb, and it should be GG's. So that's what we're going to try and do right here. There's the King and a Headhunter just to kind of instantly wreck the Royal Champion. Turns out my Headhunter gets wrecked, but that's fine. I'll get a wall break right here, and yeah, out come a Furnace and 2 Ice Golems. But yeah, as I mentioned, Warden ability just to get me through the Giga Bomb. Absolutely everything staying alive right there. The Troop Launcher should be throwing balloons now. Yep, there we go. And look at that Rocket Balloon. Already pulling a couple things. Tornado Trap. And we should be looking really nicely on this one. There's that, 1 HP Gear Tower doing some crazy work there. So imagine if I had gotten that down. That would have been nice. And to be honest, I think what I'm going to do on this one, since I don't really need the Overgrowth, is as soon as I trigger the Invis Tower, just Overgrowth it with the Expo. Because, yeah, it'd be really helpful to... not have to deal with the Town Hall damaging me. So that's what I'm just going to do right here. I got another Headhunter ready to go, so I'll pop it right here. I guess I didn't wait enough for the Minion Prince to get back. There's a really nice King Spiky Ball, though, to kind of try and funnel my troops back together. But yeah, we absolutely slammed this one, so it does really well on, any of these kind of tight bases because, just look at the value the RC got. She got all the way to the core right there, set a huge funnel, and the Overgrowth isn't even really needed, but it does a really good job right here on the Invis Tower. We'll pop the Queen ability just to make sure we crush this one, but it was definitely swagged on this one, so... you got to use some of these archers. This is why there's so many minions, because the Royal Champion does leave a trail of buildings that she doesn't get. So, yeah, make sure you're using your cleanup troops accordingly. And usually I like to save a couple in case, sometimes you put a bunch of archers and they kind of trail up there together. So I like to leave one or so to just in case my troops path weirdly. But once again, a triple, and let's keep it rolling. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, this is a Rage base. And... okay, where am I looking? The Giga Bomb's right here, so I am kind of guessing that maybe that compartment over here is baited, but nonetheless, I think we can get a really, really nice charge in here, and this is also going to showcase really well the value of these rocket balloons. So we're going to take out the mortar and bomb tower right here, which really will just kind of path my Royal Champion into this core really nicely. So that's kind of exactly why I'm using them, just for bases like this, where, I'm going to get a crazy funnel now. My Royal Champion's going to bounce through these things just super easily. There's an Invis. Probably she's going to the scatter shot. Okay, no, the Tesla's going to pull her in, which is awesome right there. I'm going to pop her ability just because if I can get down that Flame Spinner even quicker, I don't have to worry about, my Fox going down to it. So look at this. 2 multis I'm going to get even right here, and kind of this just entire flank. So you should be double cycling around heroes because otherwise your Royal Champion's going to run to them. I didn't because, I'm playing a little bit ballsy. But, she might turn right here to some of the heroes. Actually end up losing my Fox instead. So, not a great play right there by me. But, yeah, right here I'm going to come in with the Warden. There's the healers. 1 baby dragon. Okay, I thought that was a black mine, and they were going to die right away. But Queen's coming in right here to kind of try and funnel my Valks into the base after, she can maybe take out all these kind of trash buildings. But in we come with the entire army. I'm probably just going to use a skeleton spell right here onto the monolith on entry. There's the Royal Champion. King comes in with a wall break. Might get popped early right here. Nope, it makes it nice. Really easy poison right here onto the Furnace and Clan Castle or Ice Golems. The King actually goes down right there, which is awesome, and I can funnel out this Wizard Tower and Tesla looks like. But yeah, I got the Warden ability kind of through this core whenever I'd like, which is awesome. I'll pop it right here since my Royal Champion was being targeted by the monolith. And I have the Invis ready just in case she stepped out of the invulnerability. But what I should do is use this Overgrowth right here. I really didn't need it, but that's what I should use it to just protect my World Champion. So I will. And yeah, 1 rocket balloon will help me take down this Wizard Tower. And we've absolutely slammed this base. Like when the World Champion really gets that much value, and you're kind of using or abusing the fact that she is really good. But yeah, if you can set up a charge like that, the rocket balloons really make the pathing just so easy. And that's why I think they're a great addition to the World Champion charge. And not a lot of people are using them. But sometimes they kind of don't always get used well. Like right here, I'm kind of just chucking them in because I have them left. But they already set up the charge that's beautiful enough to swag 2 abilities and absolutely blow this base out of the water. And without further ado, let's just keep it rolling. Okay, into this next one, and we've got ourselves another Invis Rage Core. So we're going to try and maybe make it a little bit cleaner, but using the log launcher is what helps to trigger that. That's how I've been running it and how I really like to approach it. So I think if I can get my Royal Champion kind of through this big compartment, it shouldn't be too baited, and I think I can do that pretty well. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to try and snipe out this wizard tower, but if I do and the bomb tower, I might pull a couple of the clan castle troops, but I guess that is what it is. I'd rather set the funnel. So out comes the furnace, which is a little annoying, but I'll just poison it right here. I'm kind of on top of that really early right here. There's one on the 7. Hopefully my fox jumps in. There it goes. Another invis right there, and I'm going to pop the huge quake right here. We should be getting a really nice royal champion charge on this one. I want to continue double cycling just while I'm around a hero and a lot of damage, but I think I'm going to be going in with the haste in a second. I just don't want to pop the haste and run out. Like that, I definitely would have ran out, so now it's fine. Another one at 7 right here, and we'll see where she goes. Okay, she's running up to the multi, which is absolutely perfect. That's exactly where I wanted her to go. I'm going to lose the fox, but that is a-okay with me. And yeah, as I mentioned on this one, what I'm going to be trying to do is use the log launcher right here to kind of go in and just trigger the invis tower in the core. And honestly, I'm starting my roots because how far away they are. It's going to take them a while to get into the core, and I started my heroes early enough that I should be able to kind of get that triggered. Yep, and look, the roots haven't even made it near there, so we're more than okay. And king ability actually gets huge value right here. I was waiting until it lined up with all the big defenses, and the roots honestly are just pathing themselves into the core, and then it should just be crushed from there. It's nothing too special, just pushing me directly into the core. I might lose a couple Valks right here, so I'm going to pop the Eternal Tome to make sure I keep those 2 on the Queen alive, because really the Valks are the damage dealers in this army. I'm going to pop the Overgrowth on the right side a little bit more than the Expo up there, because I want my roots and Royal Champion to join with the Queen. Having everything group up together is just really important to kind of help your army stay as strong as possible, keep everything nice and tightly together, but I still lose a root off to the bottom there, but you get the idea. The Queen, hopefully, yep, can save her ability, and it looks like we've crushed this one. There's not too much left to the base, just kind of these last couple compartments, and now we're behind the Fire Spitter, which is exactly why we overgrowthed it. Just look at that. I mean, I lose my healers, but the base is plenty gone by now, and yeah, there's really nothing left that can stop us. My Queen's going to be rolling around. We're into the last final compartment right here in the Royal Champion, just getting a couple rocket balloons in since I have them. And yeah, another base crushed. I really do think this army is incredibly strong, and the rocket balloons are incredibly useful to help with your Royal Champion, making super easy pathing into the base. And another 3-star, and without further ado, let's keep it rolling. Alright, so here we got an Invis Rage base, and what I've planned on these ones is to use the log launcher. This was the best way I found to deal with them. Where I think actually on this one, maybe going into the monolith is very easy with my army, so I don't want my rocket balloons to actually pull the clan castle, so I'm only going to snipe the archer tower and nothing more. There should be a very nice funnel in right here. Okay, we're actually going to go into the monolith, which isn't good, because I don't want to go into the core. I really want to stay outside of it. We'll see right here. I hope she doesn't go into the core and stays left to the Expo, rather. Okay, that's good, at least. There's another invis right here. Another one right here. Gonna help snipe out this wizard tower. This is why you have so many balloons. It's really nice. I'm gonna pop the haste vial right there. Another invis at 6, and I fully whiffed that one, actually. And at this point, okay, I'm just gonna recall. And on this one, this is what I'm gonna try and do right here, is get down the ice golem, queen, king. The log launcher really is just here to kind of trigger the town hall, or triggers the invis tower in the core. This was the best way I found to deal with them without having to bring the arrow. So it looks like it should trigger right there. Nice. So far going pretty well. Not amazing, but fine enough. I just need to get the warden ability to help me through this core, and usually it's GG's. My RC is still full health, which is always nice. King should help funnel me in right here. Nice. Sometimes I have to pop the warden or the overgrowth to funnel me, but this one looks like the natural funnel. Okay, right there, I'm going to pop the warden ability. Everything was very weak. The Valkyries, the Root Riders, even. And yeah, we're moving our way through this pretty nice. I'm actually going to pop the overgrowth right here just to kind of lessen the damage, because there was some raged up troops that would have done some decent damage to me. You got to clean up behind your RC charge, so that's why I'm putting some stuff down right there. And to be honest, for not a great approach, we're still looking all right here. We'll see what happens with my RC. I think she should be able to get the rest of this, and we'll see where my queen goes. But my Royal Champion's rolling around. And yeah, I did a really bad job on kind of, first of all, the charge. I wanted to enter on the monolith, and I took it down. But then, yeah, my king and queen also kind of got fried. So not the cleanest of attacks, but we're still rolling around decently right here. And I think my queen should be able to take this. She's kind of spending her sweet time right here on everything, to be honest with you. But finally, she's breaking into a wall, making a decision. and she should kind of go into that multi, into that fire spitter. I'll pop her ability, and I'm trying to just decide where I want to pop these 2 rocket balloons, but there goes her ability. And I think these rocket balloons are going to be used kind of just to help out with the multi-archer tower. There, down goes the Expo. So as long as I jam up this multi-archer tower, it should be okay. Expo wasn't quite down. There it goes. I don't know if I'm going to get the archer tower down in time. I just did right there. The wizard tower is going to be maybe the problem right here. I don't know if I'm going to get through this one in time. It's going to be really close because the giant never got raged. So I think we might get a time fail right here, which is quite unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think my giant will end up raged in this attack. And he might be too slow to finish off the job. So I think we're going to time fail on this one. But that's the approach. I just did a poor RC charge, taking out kind of my entry right there. But you know what? It is what it is, and we learn from it and continue moving on. All right, please not another Invis. Okay, another Invis Rage Core. We're going to be getting these a lot today, and we're going to continue hitting them the exact same way. Honestly, what I like to see is there's not a whole lot of defenses in this compartment, so it makes the log launcher really easy to get through because it doesn't have much support. So that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for. Except I think I'm going to flip it and go through this side, really try and get my... no, I don't want to go roots through the monolith. That's a little tough, and the hook tower, so... I'm going to start this one kind of up here with the Royal Champion. Honestly, the rocket balloons aren't going to get much value on this base. I was trying to think of a way that I could use them, but I really just don't need them because I'm kind of going to be walking through this on my own. So that's okay. Right here, we're going to continue walking. Yep. Okay, Fox barely is in this one. She's kind of stuck up on that elixir storage. She should run forward, though, here because my Royal Champion's going to be moving too far ahead. Yep, and she'll join in. So right here, we're doing well. I'm going to get the Quake to kind of just help 2, 1. Okay, nice. We're fine right here. Gonna be popping the earthquake boots because, yeah, I'm gonna be starting to kind of run a little bit rampant right here. There's another invis, and we should kind of. I'm fine with kind of stopping the value right here. Yep. So that's really good. Once again, you know, there's a lot of kind of trash up here. I'll get a Valken to help with that, and yeah, I think I'm gonna approach from this corner. So I'm gonna make sure I get my log launcher right here, kind of set up nicely. There's the king. Wall break to help him out. Skeleton spell on the entry right here. And yeah, Headhunter is really going to come in and help out with the Valk onto the enemy Royal Champion. We've triggered the Invis Tower, which is the most important part already right here. There's a King ability to kind of make sure we take everything out. Royal Champion comes in, does her work. I'm kind of just using the rocket balloons right here to make sure I'm testing because I actually don't have any Coco or like, what do you call it, troop launcher balloons coming out since they're in the log launcher right there. But yeah, now we're moving in really nicely. Gonna probably just pop the overgrowth on the hook tower, just make sure it's kind of not gonna do anything too silly right here. And yeah, buggers are gonna take down that archer. Nice. We're kind of cleaning up the backside. There's a nice poison spell. Royal Champion, okay, goes invisible. I had a invis spell ready for her, and there's a lot of heroes in the core that are targeting me, so I'm gonna pop my queen ability just to really help me burst down everything right here. But all that's gonna be left is the hook tower, which is really no trouble in the monolith. So we've got an invis spell for it. You're going to take down the air defense because then they'll move on to the wizard tower. So, oh, we even triggered the tornado trap right there. So, yep, really good use of the rocket balloons, even though they weren't used off the start. I used them to pull some traps right here at the start. I got a couple black mines, and we'll swag an invis and get the 3-star on this invis rage base that you'll see many times in the early season. So, without further ado, let's just keep it rolling. All right, rolling into the next one, and okay, what do we got here? The fire spitters are kind of both on this side. I'll be using the troop launcher again on this one. And with the fire spitters right there, what if I just charge the fire spitters? And then my RC should pick a side. Yeah, let's do that. So this is really the use of the rocket balloons. Like, you can never make a charge like this without them because you got to set a funnel on those mortars, and you just can't do that without anything. So crazy value right here. I'm going to pop the earthquake spell, intentionally hitting the town hall because I think there's a good chance we'll path into it right here. Not sure exactly how, but I think if I actually just use a redirect right here to make sure. Okay, we're not quite going to get into it, but I thought we might have. That's okay. I'm fine with this value we're going to get right here on the multi-arch. We should get the poison tower down. Nice right there. Air sweeper, and I'll be fine with that. So now I'm going to start directly into the biggest damage on the base, this whole section right here. Because if I can get this down with the Eternal Tome, we'll have zero troubles. So yeah, Apprentice Warden comes in. In comes the World Champion. And King's going to come around this outside. I really want my Queen to funnel back in with the army, but I'm not really sure if she's going to. I got a really nice Eternal Tome coming up, though. I'm popping it right here just because there's a lot of damage. coming in, the flame spinner, all that. So kind of my biggest damage area. And I've got 2 headhunters in here for the enemy king just because he's really close. And sometimes it's hard to find headhunters later into the attack, like a spot for them to go. So I might as well chuck it right here. I'm going to pop the overgrowth on the town hall just because we're wrapping around it anyway. And so I'd rather preserve my troops' health. I'm going to try and sneak a couple rocket balloons in that might be able to tank. I hope my world champion's not tanking the monolith. Looks like my warden actually is, which isn't great either. Alright, so we're slowly making our way through this base. I usually don't like to overgrowth the town hall, and I probably shouldn't have. But I got a lot of support still left on this from both hero abilities still, so I'm not really too worried. But I'm going to snipe out this air defense so I can get some minions in this backside. And we're going to be taking the longest possible way into this core, which is a little unfortunate. My world champion's really helping right here. But yeah, we're going to be finishing on the town hall, so definitely shouldn't have overgrowthed it and let my world champion kind of work in there and finish it off, because my king and queen are working this outside pretty easily. But yeah, now we're going to be just really wrapping ourselves around and making it a little close. I mean, we're still going to absolutely crush this one because we have 2 hero abilities, but you know, it didn't really need to be this close. So definitely shouldn't have overgrowthed the town hall right there. That was a bit of a mistake. But yeah, I'll wall break right here to get my king into this ricochet cannon a little bit quicker. If we take out one more building right here, I can pop my king ability and be certain it'll hit everything, which includes the town hall. There we go, because I actually would like its health onto the town hall this time. And yeah, we got the queen ability that I'm still going to swag because there's just nothing left and it'll have no trouble getting it. Actually, I'll pop it just to make sure we can get through the wall, because I thought my baby dragon would clean that up, but he died. But yep, nonetheless, another 3-star, and we've got one more attack, so time to buckle in and see what we can do right here and finish it up. Alright, final attack of the video. You know what time it is. It's time to buckle in. What's there to be happy about, right? Like, job's not done yet, so let's get this one. I know we already had a fail, but regardless, we can still have a very good day if we get this 3 stars. So I'm going to try and path my world champion into the core, and I'm going to try and find the best way to do that, which, you know, might be through the flame spinner right here. It's actually incredibly weak. Don't really want to hit the Giga Bomb, though, if I can avoid it, but yeah, what I'm going to do is go straight into the single, kind of funnel out this far side because that'll be very easy to do. I can go for a little bit of a later invis right there because then it kind of ensures that I get through. I'm going to try and snipe out this air defense. Nice, because that does get me the pathing into the core. There's the invis. And yeah, I'm going to probably redirect onto this ricochet cannon because I'll one-shot this flame spinner, I think. Yep, there we go. And we're into the core right here really nicely. I'll pop the RC ability right there as we stay into the core. And we're probably going to kind of roll around outside right here. Not really sure how much further we're going to get. Yeah, we're going to get to this Giga Bomb, and probably that'll be the end of us as there's just a lot of troops right there. But regardless, a very good charge, and I think I want to enter into the monolith because I can get a really nice Skelly spell onto it and distract it right there. So I'm going to enter into it. I wasn't really sure, to be honest, how I was going to. Okay, they've got triple Witch CC, so I'm going to drop a poison on it, which is huge. Had to make sure you hit that poison, right? You cannot let that fail. Now I'm going to get the troop launcher down, and what I'm going to try and do, I guess I can't really force my troops into this core very quickly. I guess I can use my king right here, plus a baby dragon that's going to get worked, but as long as it takes the gold mine down in time, nice. Now my king will go outside. Honestly, I think he just got targeted by the single. Yeah, it was just fully on me. That was really stupid, putting him directly into a single. I did not think it was going to target him, but he's going to force a spiky ball right here, and yeah, he dies, which is just awful. But I'll probably be using my Warden ability very shortly because, yeah, there's nothing left to this base if I can take down this whole core. So there's the Warden ability. It's going to clip the Headhunters, honestly, which is really awesome to kind of continue to push me into the core. And, yeah, you'll see what I do on this one is just as soon as the Invis Tower gets triggered, I'm going to Invis it and the Town Hall, or Overgrowth it and the Town Hall. And probably this right side. No, that's a 1 HP multi-arch. I'm going to let it go down to the Phoenix or something. But, yeah, I have so much support right here, so I just don't want to take unnecessary Town Hall shots. So yeah, honestly, I'm not even going to overgrowth right here because I don't think there's a point. Like, it'll be 2 or 3 town hall shots, and I got more than enough HP. I just don't want to wait 30 seconds for the overgrowth to expire. So we've absolutely crushed this one. World Champion's chasing the Minion Prince, but yeah, there's just nothing left to this base. I'm going to swag the Queen ability on it. I'm kind of hoping the wall break dies right here, so I put it extra far back so it had time to die, but still didn't take out the 1 HP Wizard Tower right here, but I'm going to get some minions to take it down. We'll swag the overgrowth on him and the Queen ability, and yeah, absolutely crushed. Really love this army, and I really hope you guys enjoyed watching, so I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.